JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Alleged top shooter in Kingston gang captured by police. Alleged top shooter in Kingston gang captured by police. The St. Andrews South Police say they have successfully apprehended one of the division's most wanted men, alleged gangster Dino Sutherland. The 28-year-old, otherwise called Bertie of 19 Seaward Drive, Kingston 20, was captured at an apartment complex located on South Avenue in St. Andrew during a targeted operation on Tuesday. Bertie was a very active shooter for the 440 Drive gang that is at odds with the Samarkand gang. Its activities impacted several divisions to include St. Andrews South and St. Thomas. His capture is a major blow to the 440 Drive gang, led by Mark Harrison, otherwise called Mark II. A statement from the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF on Wednesday said, Head of the St. Andrews South Police Division, Damian Manderson, described Sutherland as a high-ranking member of the gang.
Well, we can confirm that we have in our safe custody one Dino Sutherland, also goes by the name Bertie. He is a top-tier member of the 440 Balcom Drive, the gang that operates out of that era. He has been one who has been causing mayhem, being a nuisance in that community relative to the spate of murders and shootings and the gang activities affecting that space, especially throughout the month of January of this year. There was a joint operation led by specialized operations in the Kingston 10 here just yesterday around about 3 p.m. that led to his capture. He's currently in our safe custody, and our detectives are doing the necessaries to have him properly charged and be placed before the court. He was held in the company of at least 6 other males and a female. They also are going through the rigors with our detectives. I know up to late last night those procedures were ongoing, and we're continuing those even until today. And so we continue that because, of course, we want to know their role. We want to know what role they play, not just in housing him, but in terms of the gang conflict in of itself. And I know, of course, that we're making some headways in that regard.
On Tuesday, at about 3 p.m., a team of police officers arrived at the complex, where Sutherland was observed in the company of 6 other men and 1 female. Upon detecting the police presence, Sutherland attempted to evade capture by jumping from the balcony of the apartment. However, after a brief pursuit, he was successfully apprehended at a business complex along South Avenue. Sutherland is considered a person of interest in connection with serious crimes, including the murder of Ricardo Anderson, otherwise called Cardo, on January 7, 2025, at the 21 Seaward Drive, Kingston 20. A wound with intent with the use of a firearm case involving Krishna Mako, otherwise called Babo, on January 9, and a case involving the discovery of illegal ammunition among Sutherland's identification documents. The police have since described Sutherland's arrest as a significant breakthrough in the police's ongoing efforts to dismantle criminal networks in St. Andrews South. They are now calling on victims and witnesses of crimes committed by Sutherland to come forward. Policeman succumbs to injuries from motorcycle crash in St. James. A policeman who was seriously injured when his motorcycle collided with a taxi along the Unity Allmain within St. James this morning died this afternoon while undergoing treatment at the Cornwall Regional Hospital in Montego Bay. According to reports, sometime after 8 a.m., the officer was driving his private motorcycle when a taxi operator drove out from a minor road and collided with him. The identity of the policeman, who was stationed at the Sandy Bay Police Station in Hanover, is being withheld at this time. Superintendent Andrew Nish, the commander for Hanover, said police personnel in the division as well as residents are now in mourning as the deceased policeman was well loved and respected. The matter has been investigated by the St. James Police. Choppy held with wooden gun. A man has been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon after a homemade weapon was discovered in his bedroom on Friday. He is Travis Francis, 27, also called Choppy of Park District in St. Elizabeth. Reports are that during an operation conducted at the house of the accused, his bedroom was searched in his presence, and a homemade wooden gun wrapped with black and grey electrical tape was found underneath his bed. Francis was arrested and interviewed relative to the find, and he verbally confirmed his knowledge of the weapon, which he told police is capable of firing certain projectiles. He was later charged with possession of a prohibited weapon. Man fined $30,000 for indecent language, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. A man was on Tuesday fined $30,000 in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court after he pleaded guilty to charges of using indecent language, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest following an altercation with the police. According to allegations, Lloyd Deans, the owner of a dark green Nissan, was asked by an officer to provide his license registration, to which he responded, "What you want me documents for?" It is further alleged that Deans resisted arrest by tearing off the officer's identification card while using expletives. In his defense, Deans told the court that he was not driving at the time the officer requested his documents. Senior Parish Judge Sancher Boyle then questioned how long he had been driving, to which he answered, "A long time." "Did you know that the police can ask you to provide documents at any time?" Judge Boyle asked. Regarding the charge of using indecent language, Deans initially denied the allegations. However, it was later revealed that he smelled of alcohol, though the investigating officer was unable to administer a breathalyzer test. When it was time to enter his plea, Deans gave lengthy explanations for each charge, prompting an irritated Judge Boyle to interrupt, demanding, "Guilty or not guilty?" He ultimately pleaded guilty to all charges except for assaulting a constable. "You seem difficult," Boyle remarked. Dean was sentenced to pay a fine of $10,000 for each charge or spend 10 days in jail. The case was transferred to the Lane Magistrates Court for further proceedings, with a trial date set for March 6. Motorcyclists urged to stop using pedestrian bridge in Troy, Trelawney. The National Works Agency, NAA, is urging motorcyclists to desist from using the recently installed footbridge in Troy, Trelawney. The temporary footbridge was installed in December 2024, while the failed Troy bridge is being reconstructed. The collapse of the bridge disconnected the community of Troy from neighboring communities in Manchester, displacing several residents, including farmers and the students. Community Relations Officer of the NAA's Western Region, Janelle Ricketts, says that the pedestrian bridge is meant to give temporary relief to the scores of pedestrians who access the area daily until the Troy Bridge is completed in July 2025. However, she says motorcycle drivers have been observed using the pedestrian facility. She says use of the bridge by motorcyclists put pedestrians at risk, especially small children who use the bridge. Ricketts is suggesting that motorcyclists use alternative routes. The Troy Bridge project is being undertaken at a cost of $231 million. Advice from AG and Solicitor General confirms Joel Williams as May-Pen Mayor, says Mackenzie. The government's chief legal advisors, the Attorney General and the Solicitor General, have stated that Joel Williams rightfully occupies the position of Mayor of May-Pen amid an impasse over the chairmanship of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation following November's by-election in the Uniontown Division. Minister of Local Government Desmond Mackenzie told Wednesday's post-cabinet media briefing that while the People's National Party councillors in the municipal corporation have been pushing to have Williams removed, based on the law, what they're asking for is not allowed. The by-election in the Uniontown Division brought the number of sitting councillors in the municipal body to 22, split on the middle 11 apiece between the PMP and the JLP. The PMP councillors believe the mayorship should resign with their caucus, claiming that by the by-election results meant it nor the overall popular vote. Mackenzie informed Wednesday that he had sought legal advice on the matter and recently received a joint response from Attorney General Derek McCoy and the Solicitor General Marlene Aldred.
On the subject whether the mayor can be removed because of a by-election result, the Attorney General and the Solicitor General have advised that Clause 32 of the Local Governance Act clearly lays out what happens when a tie occurs after a by-election. I wish to quote the response of these learned legal officers. Where there is a tie in the political representation following a by-election, the person who occupies the chair as chairperson before the by-election remains as the chairperson after the by-election. Additionally, Clause 19 of the Act states that the tenure of the chairperson of a municipal corporation lasts from one local government election to the next. The only way in which that chairperson can be removed between island-wide local government election is if a no-confident motion supported by the majority of all councillors in the municipality no sooner than 12 months after the date of the last local government election. So what the law is saying, that the mayor cannot be removed from office until 12 months after the date of the election. So the elections that was held, the mayor still occupies that position, and it means therefore that the action taken to remove any sitting mayor before February 26, 2025, if there's a no confidence motion, and this is the point, if there's a no confident motion, and that motion has to come 1 year after. And I want to make it clear that this Local Governance Act was passed in the Parliament by the previous government. So they passed the act, and they are now trying to railroad the process in order to have the seat of power. With respect to the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, what this means in practice, therefore, is that the chairman of the municipal corporation is Worship the Mayor, Councillor Joel Williams, continues as the mayor. The deputy mayor of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, Councillor Clive Mundell, remain as the deputy mayor.
New Jubilee Commercial Centre unveiled. The streets of downtown Kingston are expected to be much easier to traverse after 40 vendors were moved into the newly reopened and renamed Jubilee Commercial Centre, formerly the Jubilee Market. The commercial centre was officially opened Wednesday morning by the Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby. Swaby also unveiled the new sign outside the building located on West Parade. The market had been closed and under construction since it was gutted by a fire several years ago.
I'm happy this morning. I know you're happy too. Yeah. For about 14 years ago, you had a fire here. But about that, and you 23. Well, thank you. UDC has came in and has assisted us, and then under the leadership of the then mayor, Delroy Williams, he had carried on another part, and I'm here to complete the task. And completing the task is to actually to open the place, hand over your keys. But before we do that, I just want to ask everyone to make sure you take care of it.
Yes, sir.
Don't make it run down. What we try to do, we try to change the name to show you that it's a business center or a commercial center. That's what we're asking. Because you are no less of a business person than the person who are NCB or the big company. You just have to have that money. That's what I want to see your mind as. One thing that you are required to do, you are required to sign a lease agreement with the KCMC. And also, remember, you are also required to connect with JPS. The pay-as-you-go thing. Remember we discussed all of that? Because we KCMC can pay the little small money we're not paying now. We can't pay JPS. And that's why we really consider the rate, whatever I'm paying, at a P where we don't buy. We can get our P and you get a P. And the last thing I want to talk about, I don't want nobody when get inside there, come up on the road. Right? Because what we are trying to do, we are trying to keep you sterile. So don't tell me they don't have no competition. Right? So I remind you all that because we discussed those things already. Some people now smile like I first time I hear it. You know what I mean? And lastly, don't bother come here and take it and never re-rent it, because that can't work neither. We are partners, and I've always said we will talk over issues, and I've done that so far. What I encourage you to do is form a little market committee, have your representative who will interface with the KCM. So another when problem there, on our reach out, we want to have constant dialogue. How we can help you to make this place a better place. That's all we want. All right? Thank you. City engineer also, the city inspector, and all of the market person, Akeem also, and the chairman and vice chairman of the commercials committee, along with you, to make this a reality. Thank you very much.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.